India defeats history, India repeats history, outplaying New Zealand at the world's largest cricket stadium in Ahmedabad in front of a massive crowd and with millions watching at home and with all the pressure that comes from carrying the hopes and aspirations of 1.5 billion people. India had everything to lose and immortality to gain. The demons of the 2023 50-over World Cup still fresh in the memory, and a humbling loss to South Africa in the Super 8s at the same venue had many of us very nervous. The internet was flooded with memes suggesting a change of venue for the final, or a change in the name of the stadium at least. But thankfully, no such drastic measure was required, as India cruised to a comfortable victory, dominating with bat and ball, winning by a margin of 96 runs. The margin of 96 runs is incidentally India's largest win in a World Cup. Not just a final, in a World Cup. India also becomes the first team to successfully defend their T20 championship crown, winning back-to-back world titles, and also the first team to win 3 T20 World Cups, leaving behind England and West Indies, both of whom have won twice the World T20 title. In a night of toppling records, India added another feather to that famous blue cap, becoming the first host nation to win a T20 World Cup. Rarely do favourites justify their tag, but this time around India surely did. Such is the volatility of international tournaments, especially the T20 format. But the Indian team ensured that the 2023 heartbreak won't be repeated. It wasn't like they played the best cricket throughout the tournament. The number one batter in the rankings, Abhishek Sharma, and the number one bowler in the rankings, Varun Chakravarti, were both off colour. Abhishek struggled for form throughout the tournament, and Varun went for plenty. One of the heroes of the tournament, Sanju Samson, wasn't even assured of a berth in the starting lineup. Rinku Singh suffered a family tragedy and had to leave midway through. Mohammad Siraj was brought in as a replacement for Harshit Rana, who was originally part of the squad but was ruled out due to an injury. So in no way was it smooth sailing for the Indian team. But despite the obstacles, the team persevered. If it was captain Surya Kumar Yadav to the rescue against the Americans, Ishan stood tall against Pakistan. Dubey and Aksar kept contributing so that the team as a whole kept getting results in their favour. The team overcame the odds one by one. Among the chaos, one man who stood tall through hell or high water was Jasprit Bumrah, India's man of all seasons. Sanju, brought in midway through the tournament, proved every doubter wrong, putting every doubt to rest, as he proved to be one of the most consistent match winners for India at a global tournament. He played 3 successive knocks of calm and class that proved pivotal in India winning the World Cup. Now let's look at the match in detail. India lost the toss, and in hindsight it seems to be a good toss to lose, letting the opposition decide and not let the toss play on your mind regarding whether you took the correct decision or the wrong decision regarding whether you chose to bat or field. And then it allows you to play the game to the best of your abilities, and that is exactly what the Indian batters did, having been sent in to bat first. Sanju was watchful against Matt Henry, who took the new ball. 4 dots in a row followed by a 6. Glenn Phillips bowled the second over, giving away just 5 runs. And with 2 overs done, India were at 12 runs. A run rate of 6, not the ideal start for that run-machine behemoth they have been for most of the tournament. But then came the onslaught. 24 runs plundered of the 4th over by Lockie Ferguson. Henry brought back for the 5th, gave away 21 runs, 4 of which were wides. India had taken control. New Zealand, in trying to contain the Indian batters, overthought the tactics, missing a trick by not giving Matt Henry the 2nd over, bowling too short or too slow, mucking up their plans and playing to the strength of the Indian batters. The runs kept piling on as Sanju and Abhishek capitalized. 92 for the loss of no wickets at the end of the power play, and India were firmly forward and totally in control. Abhishek did find some semblance of form, scoring his 2nd 50 of the tournament. This time around, he scored 52 and was ably supported by Sanju Samson, who carried on his fine form. Caught behind of Rachin Ravindra, a smart catch by Tim Seifert behind the stumps, 52 of 21, consisting of 6 boundaries and 3 sixes. Abhishek did come good when it mattered the most. Ishan then joined Sanju in the middle and kept piling on the pain, hitting Rachin for 2 boundaries to end the 8th over. The Kiwi captain Mitchell Santner then bowled the 9th over and wrestled back some control, giving away just 5 runs, but the Indian batters were soon at it again, punishing the bowlers, playing T20 on steroids. Not literally, of course, but we were witness to the kind of hitting that gives us a glimpse into the future of this format. At the end of the 15th over, they were 203 for the loss of 1 wicket, threatening to break the 300-run barrier during a final of all matches. And then came the most anticlimactic of overs. Jimmy Neesham, bowling the 16th, gets Sanju of the first ball. Samson went down trying to hit straight. His timing was off and was caught by Cole McConchie, the sub-fielder who was dropped for the match even though he was quite integral to the semi-final win against South Africa. Sanju walked off to a standing ovation. His job done. 89 in a final. Hardik came in next and struggled for the next 3 balls. Ishan, back on strike for the 5th, goes out trying to hack a low full toss. And there is a stutter and the innings seemingly was losing momentum. The Indian captain, Surya Kumar Yadav, came in next and fell to the first ball he faced. Trying to play his signature pick-up flick, he is caught by Rachin at deep backward square leg. An excellent catch by Ravindra to remove the Indian skipper. 3 wickets down in 1 over. 1 Jimmy Neesham over. Had New Zealand turned the tide of the match? Tilak came in next, joining Hardik out in the middle, but he too struggled for form. The next 2 overs bringing in just 16 runs, the score at 220 for the loss of 4 wickets. The 300-run barrier would have to wait for now. A 6 and gone for Hardik in the 19th over, which brought Shivam Dube into the crease. A silent contributor to India's rise and success in recent times, facing all 6 balls of the last over, he mauls Jimmy Neesham, taking 24 off him. India finishing the innings at 255 for 5, a mammoth total in the final, but they would be worried after Bethel's heroics the other day. New Zealand started cautious in the chase. Arshdeep took the new ball and almost got the dangerous Finn Allen out, but Dubey failed to hold on to a chance. Catching has been an issue for the Indian team for the whole tournament. I think they have dropped about 15 to 16 catches, the most for any team. Though catching can be a tad difficult, to be fair to Shivam Dube, in the Narendra Modi Stadium with its ring of LED floodlights, so that drop could be forgiven. Hardik bowled the second over and was taken to task by Tim Seifert, conceding 21 runs and making all Indian fans a tad bit nervous. But Aksar made us breathe easy again when he came in to bowl the third over and made amends for Dubey's miss. Finn Allen caught at long on by Tilak Verma, and the New Zealand chase was starting to unravel. In the fourth over, India unleashes its most potent weapon. Jasprit Bumrah into the attack gets Rachin Ravindra with all the skill and guile at his disposal. That off-cutter, which is so damn difficult to pick up, gets another victim. Caught at deep square leg by Ishan Kishan, who was brilliant in the field. In the very next over, Aksar more or less seals it for the Indians. An arm ball uproots Glenn Phillips' leg stump. New Zealand 3 down and almost out. At the end of the power play, New Zealand's score stood at 52 for the loss of 3 wickets. The required rate almost up to 15. Tim Seifert, the only shining beacon on a sinking ship. Hardik in the 8th over gets Chapman, and the New Zealand's hopes are all but barely alive. Mitchell comes in next, who in my opinion is batting too low down the order to have a genuine impact on the game. Never really got why he has been coming in at 6. He's a far better player and he should at least bat 3 or 4. 4 should be the lowest position for Daryl Mitchell. The kind of player he is, he's suited to bat at 3 or 4. 6 is completely out of position for him, and that is why New Zealand has suffered. So with Varun removing the in-form Tim Seifert in the first ball of the 9th over, caught at deep mid-wicket by Ishan, and despite his quite obvious struggles throughout the tournament, Varun has successfully picked up a wicket in every match and became the joint highest wicket taker in the tournament. He has had a very poor tournament compared to his high standards, but you could always depend on Varun Chakravarti for a wicket or two. The Kiwi captain Mitchell Sadner then joined Daryl Mitchell out in the middle to form the last pair standing between India and history. In the 11th over, Arshdeep was hit for 2 sixes in his second and third ball. The 5th ball, a low full toss, was dug out by Daryl Mitchell, and the ball popped back to Arshdeep, who grabbed and throwed it back, and it hit Mitchell in a bizarre moment in the match. Seemed like he had lost his mind for a few seconds, and Daryl Mitchell obviously was livid. Watching at home, it was very uncomfortable to watch when Arshdeep didn't even bother to apologize. The Indian captain Surya Kumar Yadav stepped in, and rightly so, pacified the livid Daryl Mitchell, and it was good to see Arshdeep rectifying his error, reaching out to Mitchell, shaking hands and making amends. Mitchell Sadner then hit 2 sixes to Varun Chakravarti to keep the scoreboard ticking and the match rolling, although at this point of time it was more of a formality. The required run rate at 17. Aksar then removed Mitchell in the 13th over, caught at deep mid-wicket by Ishan Kishan, his third catch of the night and Aksar's third wicket of the night. It does take a team to win a championship, and everyone chipping in with vital contributions whenever the team needed it is the reason why India won the match, is the reason why India stands tall as champions. This Indian team is one of the most formidable T20 outfits ever. And the reason is not only do they have genuine world-class match winners, genuine all-timers in Jasprit Bumrah, but they also play a great team game. Throughout the tournament, someone or the other has stood up when it mattered. Surya Kumar Yadav against USA, Ishan Kishan against Pakistan, Shivam Dube against the Netherlands. It was a team effort, and that is why India has succeeded in winning at home, winning their second successive T20 title. Well, Bumrah was then brought back to clean up the tail in the 16th over and put the Kiwis out of their misery. First, Jimmy Neesham and then Matt Henry were removed of successive balls. So Jasprit Bumrah was on a hat-trick and New Zealand were 8 down. Lockie Ferguson then managed to avert the hat-trick, though Bumrah returned in the 17th over to get the New Zealand captain. An off-cutter dipping low, almost a Yorker, too good a ball for Sadner. Bumrah picks his 4th for the night, and they say he's a cheat code and really can't argue with that. He is beyond world class. He's from a different planet. Having him is like the opposition has 16 overs to score their runs. So definitely he's a bona fide cheat code. Abhishek bowled the 19th over, and like dessert served at the end of a hearty meal, he picked up the last wicket off his last ball, caught by Tilak Verma at the deep, and 86,000 fans joined in a chorus of Vande Mataram. The stadium erupted, along with millions watching at home. Records were toppled, dominance was established, and India were world champions for the 3rd time. The favourites have done it. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Please do like, comment and subscribe. Please do keep supporting us. Thank you.